we have all heard about the statement think big, think big, think big, think big, think big. It's a very good thing to think big, but sometimes we get it wrong by what we see or by the way we perceive what seems to be big. When somebody says think big, does not mean that you cannot start small. You know what I mean? When he say think big, does not mean that you must start big. You must start with something big, or you can't. Even the Bible said, "Do not forsake your little beginnings." So in this video, I want to share a few minutes of how to think big, even when you can actually start small and gradually get to your big dreams and everything you're thinking that is big. Now, you know that our thinking has a very big role to play in our lives and the turnout of events in our lives. What we think in our head is actually a very big determiner of results that we're going to get in life. When I was a kid, I never take it serious like what you think, because sometimes we think alongside the event that is playing out. Like we think of what is happening. If you did not eat food today, you begin to think towards that direction. I'm hungry, I did not eat today. You think maybe tomorrow is going to be the same way. And to be honest, I never believed that what you think can actually impact a lot of things in your life. But when I begin to grow up, I begin to make a change in my thinking and my behavior, and I begin to realize that what I'm thinking is actually what is happening. Because in the past, I used to think of how am I going to do this? I'm thinking of lack. Lack is in my head. I'm lacking. I'm always thinking of how am I going to survive? Am I going to survive? Are you sure I can survive this? I was just scared all the time. I was just, my mind was just messed up. Let me just use that word. So at the point someone talked to me about it, I watched some videos on YouTube, and there's some people, even I bought a course on that. People was think big, what you think, mastermind, mind one thing, a lot of videos on that, a lot of topic on that. So I begin to see it as something I can maybe look into or practice it. And to behold, I begin to see changes when I think whatever I think is what happens. So I begin to build my mind strong. I don't easily fall into fear anymore, even though I'm in the midst of what looks like the end of problems, or what looks like it's going to swallow me, or what looks like the world is going to end. I don't give up. I always think of how I'm going to get out of there. I always put it in my mind that I know I can get out of this thing, and I'll pass it and I'll move on to the next one. So that's how life is. I keep thinking in my head what will work, not what won't work. A lot of us think of what will not work, and that is just a problem, because when you think of negative things too much, you attract a negative vibe around you. When you think of negative things too much, you attract negative people around you. So I begin to adjust my thinking. So what I think is there's no food here, but I think of, okay, tomorrow, hopefully, there is hope. I'm going to see something tomorrow. Hopefully, something must come out. I'll say it today. Tomorrow, you will see the magic. Something will just play out. Somebody will just pick up a phone and call me. Hey, Sagiri, please, I need you to do this for me. How much are you going to charge me? I need it urgently. Please, can you do it for me? I will send you the money. Send me your account number now. It has never existed. Nobody planned it. But because my mind was just telling me that tomorrow I will definitely see something, and I stuck by that. My mind, I take it and I say, tomorrow nothing. I'm going to make sure that something will come out. Tomorrow something must come out. And definitely it works out. That is one part of thinking big. So another part of thinking big is maybe in business or in career or in life choices. People take smaller beginnings as nothing, as they look down on their little beginnings, which is very bad. How can you say that you want to be a big importer? You want to be importing containers of maybe shoes or clothes from China, but you cannot start selling shoes and clothes in a little store in a market or in a nearby street where you can be, at least you can have experience or you can grow. And this is the reason why so many people are falling into scandalous things and going into scamming people and defrauding people, because they want to think big, because they believe that the money has to come in billions or in millions so that they can now do the big things they have to think about. But I've seen people who also grow with time, They had that big mindset in their head. They have already thought, they have already known that they will be big. They know where they are going, they think big, but they started small. And that's what I want to preach in this video. You can think big. Thinking big is not bad, but you can actually start small. So when you start small, you can build towards your big goals and your big dreams. Dreaming big is one of the best things anybody can think of. Never think down on yourself, never look down on what you're doing, never look down on anybody, never look down on anything that you don't know. Because this life we are living is something that is mysterious. What someone believes is what works for them. We are Christians, we have Muslims, we have Buddhists, we have atheists, we have a lot of people. It's all about belief system. So, and it's working for everybody. Think about it. Muslims are there, it's working for them. Their prayers are being answered by God. They are doing their things. Christians are there, they are 100% being answered by God. Things are going well with everybody. So it's about faith and belief. So what you believe and what you think in your head is part of the belief. Your mind is your thinking. Your belief is also linked to your thinking. So if your thinking is not aligned with a belief system, we can't believe in that. You understand what I mean? So what you think in your head matters. Do not ever look down on that small shop that you want to start, or that small business that you want to start. Maybe the business is a business that has a potential. So always look at the potential of anything you're trying to do. Potential matters. So if you're going to do a business and it doesn't have a potential, it won't go far. Any business you're doing, look at the potential in the future. How is it going to be in the next 5 years? How's it going to be in the next 10 years? Does this business have the ability to grow? If it doesn't have that ability to grow, there's no need for you to go and be thinking big in something that doesn't have a big future. You understand what I mean? So your thinking must be something that has a future, something that is going to grow. You get what I mean? If you're going to start a small business, fine. It's not a bad idea to start a small business, but let it be a business that has a potential of growth. You get what I mean? A business that will grow with time, that can move to $1 million business. If you start a business that is going to become, maybe it's going to diminish as time goes on, it's going to be going down, or you cannot grow past the level you started it from, that's not a good business. And that is not thinking big. Thinking big is not starting small. Please get it right. Thinking big is not starting small. Thinking big is in the future. You get what I mean? It's in the potential. What is the potential of your thinking? So let's say I'm thinking of starting a clothing line, and I have a little amount of money, maybe 50k or 20k, and I know that the clothing line can actually become a bigger company that can employ 5,000 people in the future. It is potential. If I start making clothes and start selling clothes and start doing things like that, with the plan of thinking big in my head, trust me, in next few years you will see the result of that thinking. So first things I want to tell you, thinking big is a very good thing. It's something that can change your life. And thinking big does not stop you from starting small. That is number 2. And starting small does not mean that you're not thinking big, because thinking big depends on the potential. Everything that has the potential to grow is thinking big. So if you give birth to a child now, that's thinking big. Yes, if you have a child, you're thinking big, because your child is going to grow and become something in the future, become a lawyer, become the president of your country, or become something. So you have a child, you're thinking big, and you see that that child has a potential of growth. You know, everything that has growth potential is thinking big, and that is all I have to pass on this video. So you know how it is. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's how I do it. I bring out these kind of videos every time. So subscribe, share, like, and I'll see you in my next video. Remain blessed and bye.